What is up, everybody? It is Let the Salt Flow Mondays. Let me refresh this bad boy and get this link out of my Instagram, folks. Where I got like around 600 followers, so bear with me for like a few minutes. But as I do that, let's check out the salt from Aaron Rodgers. Returning to the Green Bay Packers, coming back from COVID, which we all knew he was about to come back. And by the way, former Trump advisor Steve Bannon surrenders at the indictment, which will pretty much be what the biggest news of the day, except for a certain echo chamber of a Saudi army. But yeah, let me work on getting this outlined to my Instagram audience. All right. Copy the link. And let's, alright, story. So now I'm going to tell this bad boy on a story. Alrighty, about to talk about Aaron Rodgers, Saturday Night Live, and YouTube getting rid of downvotes. So, you know what I'm saying? Check out my live stream. About to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Alrighty. And give me until 11:05. Then I'll get this thing really started. It's time to let that salt flow. And let's say one more minute. One more minute. Let me see if I get any audience members showing up. And I give a shout out to my last 5 subscribers. DeMarcus Knighton, Ula Bogdanova, Mr. Professor, Matt the Mad Master, and Daniel Lomelino. Much love to all of y'all for subscribing to this pop culture / comedy / I say NTV for the BuzzFeed, Instagram, for a change generation. You know? I'm a mixture of all things. I mean, very entertaining, very funny. So, you know what I'm saying, might as well, like, get on my Patreon as well. I mean, check that out. I mean, I got a lot of good advice for very low price. And let's see what the fans are saying. Alright, getting a lot of love, you know what I'm saying? Thanks so much, man. Yeah, that's from Weekend Showcase, Don Shannon. I'm going to feature him a lot on this channel as well. It's also like geek-related content. Jeff Barnaby, who's an Army veteran and a fellow libertarian as well. Aaron McCoy Glover, who's a Trump supporter. Michonne Skylar Harder. And Just Be Jen, another featured member of the Clem Media community or Clem Media Maniacs. I'm trying to make my mind what to call the community here. But yeah, we're going to be a community of like influencers and comedians. I mean, that's basically what Clem Media is about now. It's more of a community channel rather than just me, because I'm going to feature like a lot of like LA-based comedians, a lot of LA-based influencers, and I mean, folks like and talk about stuff like this, like and the whole Aaron Rodgers controversy and him coming back after a week of being out for COVID, and we all know Aaron Rodgers was coming back. And what's up to that one viewer watching my stream? I mean, you knew Aaron Rodgers was coming back to play, right? I mean, after the way Jordan Love started last week, we all knew Aaron Rodgers was going to play. And then you see the outrage from a guy named Tom Downey. Let's see what Tom Downey is. Oh, the host of Cowboys Report, NFL Daily host, NFL Draft nerd. And look what he said. So Aaron Rodgers is lying? And here's the 2 tweets about Aaron Rodgers, who pretty much revealed on the Pat McAfee show a couple of weeks ago, like he hasn't been vaccinated from COVID. And then he had a discussion with Joe Rogan, and he took Regeneron and ivermectin. But in reality, what really healed him was the antibody treatment, the Regeneron. But as you see, like there's Ian Rappaport saying Aaron Rodgers was vaccinated. And he was out last Sunday versus the Chiefs while I was in Jamaica. And Aaron Rodgers said, like, he's been vaccinated. It's a personal decision. It's an interesting issue. He said he wasn't going to criticize teammates who were vaccinated. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? I mean, me personally, like, his body, his choice, right? I mean, he's a wealthy, young male. So, I mean, getting the Joe Rogan treatment is a good alternative. I mean, like, I'm all about, like, taking on your alternatives, you know what I'm saying? These anti-vaxxers just be strawmanning me like a mug, but I'm all about your body, your choice. I mean, I personally got vaccinated just to fly to Jamaica, and as you see, like, I came back negative. After, let me see, I got vaccinated in July. So that should be like 4 months already, and look at that. I'm perfectly fine, huh? You see that, skeptics? You see that? Turns out vaccines work. And the funny thing is, I agree with most of those clowns in on a lot of issues, but except for the vaccine one. Oh yeah, here's the Aaron Rodgers costume reveal. But yeah, let's go to Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee, where he revealed he was unvaccinated. Oh yeah, and by the way, yeah, that news again. Former Trump advisor Steve Bannon surrenders after indictment. So, hey folks, hey chuds, anybody who's looking at my feed want to downvote it, one of the brains of your movement, Steve Bannon, surrendered under indictment. Yeah. He's the brains of your whole operation. I mean, I've been following it for the last 6-7 years. But yeah, anyways, here's Aaron Rodgers. Pat McAfee talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Like the cream-colored long sleeve.
Cool. Oh yeah.
That's when you know Aaron's going to win.
Yeah.
And they talk about how good he is in the cold weather and everything like that. Not that he was his best yesterday, but I guess like his hand size with the ball is a very real. And I wonder if they even thought about that with like Jordan Love or anybody going forward. Like, hey, a massive advantage for us is that it gets cold as shit in this particular stadium. And this guy who's from California, by the way, he can play just as if it's warm weather. It's not a problem. It's actually an advantage. So anytime you see that goddamn long john come out and he thinks it's a little bit chilly, it feels like they win those games. His overall record, okay, and they just won their 451st home game, which is the most in the history of the NFL, passing the Bears, who had 450 home wins. Congrats to the Bears.
Yeah, congrats to the Bears.
Oldest organizations, obviously. That's why these conversations happen. But 451. Prestige. Aaron is like 82-19-1 or something at home in his career. Damn. Think about that. 17 years, 16 years, however long it's been. 82-19-1. Russell Wilson played like shit completely, but it feels like once, he even said it to us, when those leaves turn and there's a little bit of...
As you see, as soon as Aaron Rodgers came back, the Packers won. He's a very important part of their team, and here's the clip from him announcing he was vaccinated on Pat McAfee.
Incredible
Courtesy of Pat
Just
McAfee show.
how nice you are with your time with us every single Tuesday. People have learned a lot about you through this show, and I'm very thankful for that. Every Tuesday, I think a lot of thoughts were potentially changed about you. People that once thought something about you changed after hearing you speak. So whenever all this information came out, there was a lot of haters out there, obviously, that immediately started burying you, but there was a lot of people that listened to you on Tuesdays that say, hey, he's actually an incredibly deep person, an incredibly intelligent person, somebody that you would actually like. There has to be reasons for everything that we're hearing about right now. So I appreciate you so much for this incredible honor that we have to potentially allow you to have a platform and a floor to explain your side of this whole thing. And I can't wait to hear it. We're incredibly lucky for it. The floor is yours, Mr. Rodgers.
Thank you, buddy.
Good water drink. It's going to be
I realize I'm in the crosshairs of the woke mob right now, so before my final nail gets put in my cancel culture casket, I think I'd like to set the record straight on so many of the blatant lies that are out there about myself right now. And I appreciate the opportunity to tell my side of the story on here. First of all, I didn't lie in the initial press conference. During that time, it was a very, witch hunt that was going on across the league, where everybody in the media was so concerned about who was vaccinated and who wasn't, and what that meant, and who was being selfish, and who would talk about it, and what it meant if they said it's a personal decision. They shouldn't have to disclose their own medical information and whatnot. And at the time, my plan was to say that I've been immunized. It wasn't some sort of ruse or lie. It was the truth. And I'll get into the whole immunization in a second. But had there been a follow-up to my statement that I've been immunized, I would have responded with this. I would have said, look, I'm not, some sort of anti-vax flat earther. I am somebody who's a critical thinker. You guys know me. I march to the beat of my own drum. I believe strongly in bodily autonomy and the ability to make choices for your body, not to have to acquiesce to some woke culture or crazed, group of individuals who say you have to do something. Health is not a one-size-fits-all for everybody. And for me, it involved a lot of study in the off-season, much like the study I put into hosting Jeopardy or the weekly study I put into playing in the game. I put a lot of time and energy and research and met with a lot of different people in the medical field to get the most information about the vaccines before making a decision. And in actuality, it was pretty easy in the beginning to eliminate two of them. And it didn't involve going into the questionable history of some of their criminal activities and fraud cases or any of that stuff. It was simply the fact that I have an allergy to an ingredient that's in the mRNA vaccines.
I mean, that's basically it. And the thing is, he didn't want to be taken advantage of by the anti-vax crowd or like the, like the CNN, MSNBC crowd, like the Fox News crowd and the CNN crowd. Yeah, he didn't want to be used as a cudgel between both sides. And basically, Aaron Rodgers is where I am, like, on this whole issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, your body, your choice. Like, he chose not to get vaccinated because he had an allergy to it. And I chose to get vaccinated to travel to Jamaica. And it turns out, like, I'm negative for COVID. Simple as that, right? But yeah, let's go. Let's move on from that and talk about this SNL skit, Cruz Street, which has both Joe Rogan and Britney Spears, and I'm gonna react to this directly from Ted Cruz's Twitter feed. I mean, I find Ted Cruz funny. If it all comes to it for president, the lesser evil, I would have definitely voted for Ted Cruz in 2016 over Hillary Clinton. Point blank, period. Just because, he's slightly competent. He's very cringe, but he is slightly competent and quite a sharp-minded guy too. But yeah, he can be hella cringe, and I mean, he tried to play a role too much, but no, he grandstands too much. Let's play this.
Power Rangers, but first it's Ted Cruz Street.
Newspaper kid. funny.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, Hello. I'm Texas Senator and the last one invited to Thanksgiving.
I just want to pause this for a second. Oh, man. I think I gotta hit up my Instagram audience real quick. I'm pretty sure they don't watch enough SNL. But, yeah, I gotta tell you, the person playing Ted Cruz, a woman, it's not as funny as Melissa McCarthy as Sean Spicer. It's really turning to be a thing now, you know what I'm saying? Like females playing like male figures, you know what I'm saying? Male public figures. Like, who was, Dr. Fauci was played by Kate McKinnon, which was another Cringe performance. But, yeah, Allie, who plays Ted Cruz, does it quite well. Who's seen this SNL skit, Cruz Street? It's quite cringe and quite funny. I'm watching on my live stream right now. Currently, I just had to remind my Instagram followers real quick. Alright, let's go to this video.
You know, for 50 years I stood by as Sesame Street taught our children dangerous ideas like numbers and kindness. But when Big Bird told children to get vaccinated against a deadly disease, I said, enough! And I created my own Sesame Street called Cruz Street. It's a gated community where kids are safe from the woke government. Tell them, kids.
Cruzy days, sweeping the whiz away, and he hopes you'll say that his beard looks sweet.
Grab an eagle and a gun.
Bring the gun to Cruz Street.
Did someone say bring gun?
Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just taking a break from releasing the phone numbers of Republicans who voted for the infrastructure bill so they and their families get death threats. And I thought I'd stop by. Here, kid, you want to hold the AR-15?
I don't think I should.
Pussy. And I hear you have a word from our sponsor.
That's right. Today's episode is brought to you by Q, not the letter, the man. He will tell us when JFK Jr., who is alive, will reveal himself and help President Trump reclaim his rightful throne.
Oh, man, this is so funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, it's hard to satire these two because they're pretty satirical already. Especially Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's a nut job. It's like Marjorie Taylor Greene is just the nut job right-wing version of AOC. She's just the bizarro right-wing AOC, man. I can't stop laughing at her. She is such a clown.
Everything about that sounds right. Thanks, Marjorie.
I represent America.
Now, as you know, I was mocked for attacking Big Bird on Twitter simply because I'm a human senator and he is
this Ted Cruz is good. I'm
tall.
sorry, this Ted Cruz is really good. This is a funny spoof of Ted Cruz.
Oh man, well I don't feel too good. So this is what happened to you a week after
Didn't Mitt Romney try to cancel Big Bird? I remember that.
the vaccine.
It sure is. My feathers fell out. My nuts got huge, and my doinks don't work. It's real bad, man.
Well, don't worry. I read online that you can take a bath in borax, and that will cleanse you of any nanotechnologies.
You sure, Senator Cruz? That sounds kind of dumb.
You're dumb. Borax is cool.
Maybe the vaccine gave me COVID.
Yes, that sounds correct. But let's ask our resident medical expert, Joe Rogan.
Man, Pete Davidson is everywhere, man. Good Lord, man. But yeah, I gotta say, man, Pete Davis is playing like a Dr. Evil type of Joe Rogan instead of like the usual Joe Rogan. This looks like a Dr. Evil caricature from those Austin Power movies.
Well, that's right. I
I used to host Fear Factor, and now doctors fear me.
Can you help me, Joe?
Oh, sure thing, Big Bird. You see, I took Carlos Mencia down. I could take COVID. Here's some zinc, and ayahuasca, and some horse medicine.
Well, why would a bird take horse medicine?
I'm a human, and I took horse medicine.
Oh God, Pete Davidson is really cringe to Joe Rogan, man. Oh, especially the shot calling ivermectin horse dewormer when he took the human version that's got the Nobel Peace Prize. Fact checking that.
And I'm speaking of things that are horse-like. Today's two sponsors are the letters S and D, as in I can S my own D.
Oh, that is Pete. That comedy failed, man. I mean, look at this crowd, man. Even they cringing over that, man. They couldn't cover that cringe up, Pete, man. Pete, you made that whole skit jump the shark, man. That Ted Cruz was quite funny, but you, Pete, man, you dragged the whole skit down with your Joe Rogan impersonation, man. You really did, Davidson. You really did.
Oh my God, isn't this for kids?
No one under 65 watches.
I'm almost 30.
Thanks, Joe Rogan. But S and D aren't the only letters we're talking about today. There's also three terrible letters. C, R, and T. Critical race theory. And I think it stands for Caucasian rights trampled. That's why the Proud Boys have been invading school board meetings to keep CRT out of our classrooms. Please welcome.
Which is really happening, by the way, for any downvote army that shows up and gets triggered like, we're doing that. Nah, y'all is. There's video evidence on Twitter.
Two of the Proud Boys, Bert and Ernie.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, Ted. And yeah, we are out and proud.
That's right. They are out there every day proudly fighting the progressive agenda.
Our relationship has progressed a bit. We got engaged.
Oh, so now they're officially saying Bert and Ernie is LGBT. Ain't that something? Alright, I'll move on from that just for copyrights and all that. But yeah, man, I see a lot of folks, a lot of salty folks that are like downvoting and commenting on my videos. But they don't notice, like, the most important thing really is the watch time. Yeah, like, YouTube changed the metrics to making watch time more important than views or anything else. So, oh my God, I'm getting a lot of fun seeing a lot of folks downvote and comment on my videos because they're being useful idiots to me, helping me get more traffic on my YouTube channel. That's all y'all doing is help me get more traffic on my YouTube channel because pretty soon YouTube is going to remove all these downvotes. But yeah, here's a video I shared of Nick Fuentes and his American First Army getting destroyed by BLM and told to go home. I mean, they didn't really get destroyed, so to say, but they did get told to go home, and they did get owned really badly. Y'all don't hear that? Let's play that louder. Don't ask me why Bernie is featured up there. I'm not really a Bernie bro. I'm more like a libertarian type of guy. I'm like a Ron Paul type dude. We actually showed respect to Bernie Sanders because they're both outsiders. And look at this. Guys, I want to donate to Fuentes. Can you give me his donation site? Faith is not a Fred, bro. I actually met Baked in person, you idiot. I actually met him in... Yeah, I actually met him at Baked Alaska at a Ben Shapiro speech. Nice try with the gaslighting, bud. Nice try with the gas. See, you can't gaslight me, dude. I saw the whole thing go down. I saw the whole thing go down, dude. And look at this. I'm at the message here. Hey, Trigger Proud Boys, keep them downvotes coming, because they'll be irrelevant soon. Later, that's my bait, Chud. Oh, man. You're kind of proving our point. See, look at this dude making a racist statement. And you proved my point by being a Trigger Proud Boy. Keep dancing for me. Man, I'm love making these dudes dance. Keep dancing for me. Keep dancing for me. This has been the most fun I've had on YouTube for like 5 years. Ever since I went after the feminists back in the Gamergate Wars in 2014. Because I was fully in the Gamergate Wars in 2014, y'all. Look at my old videos. How did they get destroyed? They were there for another hour after they get told to go home by these creeps. Look at another Proud Boy. I forget you brought those artificial up. Go, man. Thanks for a minute, Snowflake. More that Burt Lute murder propaganda. I don't support Black Lives Matter. Shh. And look at this guy a minute. Nick's always talk about these seamen who hate him after he destroys their super strength. These are mainly Nick Fuentes' fanboys. Like, I take these clowns seriously, dude. And they're like artificial upvotes. Cute downvote brigades. You're gonna make America first popular, ain't y'all? Yeah. What made you assume I'm voting for Kanye? Someone takes Catboy fetishes. Whatever, Fender. You got triggered enough to respond, shut. Notice he shut his mouth up after that? They're liars. They trying to bullshit. They're not Proud Boys, but they absolutely are. Christ is King. Hardly destroyed. Look at all these Trigger Proud Boys dancing for me, but very own Cope Snowflake. You'll never be a This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, most of these dudes are like they're like teenagers. They're like absolute teenagers, so they have teenage logic. You should tell it at parties. Destroy. Saint is American. Cringe. You're brown. And all these Nick Fuentes fans, 14 years old. That's the majority of his fan base. If you ever read like Kiwi Farms, yeah, I'm gonna go into Kiwi Farms in a minute. Y'all clearly gonna make themselves. Right, went over to you, man. Yeah, exactly, man. These dudes are frauds, man. Especially simping for a guy who has a fetish for cat boys. Let's take a look at Kiwi Farms exposing Nick Fuentes real quick. And man, these guys really became my puppets. I'm playing these dudes completely like puppets because YouTube's removing the downvotes anyway, so it doesn't matter. That, and the most important thing is watch time. Ever since 2018, the most important factor on YouTube is really watch time. So if you get a lot of watch time, it doesn't matter how many likes or dislikes you get. It'll mess up your rankings, but you'll still get a lot of traffic just by getting a lot of watch time. And a lot of comments, so basically they're my useful idiots. That's what you guys are at this point, Saudi Army or the America First Brigade. You guys are my useful idiots. And you're going to keep dancing for me after this video too. But yeah, let's take a look at the Kiwi thread on Nick Fuentes. And you see like the loudly, the N-words and all that. They're pretty open about here. But as you see, like, the conservative movement is quarantined. And they talk about, and these dudes are talking crap about Keith Woods defending the Charlottesville trial and women. Look at these guys, man. They're total incels.
But they still,
The thing is, you shouldn't take these clowns seriously at all. Just treat them and ridicule them as the incel wannabe. The incel wannabe alpha males they are. They're just incels trying to be like they're just alpha trad Catholics. Nah, they're just nerds.
They just want to treat this like it's like the alt-right 3.0 or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's a little different when you're going to an America First rally versus like a Richard Spencer rally where he's like throwing up fucking, Romans left.
Most people can't even tell the difference between y'all two, man. Most folks outside of that boat sees them as white nationalists. There's just this different flavor of it. It's less like it's more like irony, bro, and all that shit. But yeah. Same thing.
Saying that Hitler was awesome and all this shit. It's like, get fucking out of here. You people are fucking.
Oh yeah, you're using too much language, but yeah. Lily Thunderstruck. And which part is most inferior? I think the total lack of self-awareness comes close to being the worst thing. But then again, everything else is so off. I don't know where to go with it. As you see from this guy named Jay Stoner, Fuentes is finally easy to observe. Fish in a barrel waiting to be picked. All they do is backstab and talk crap about people, and Beerson is the loudest inner circle person to have ever existed, and suddenly the grift is looking especially fragile. On top of this, their platform is now being attacked by Antifa types and hardly represents free speech. Cozy TV is just an echo chamber because they could have easily done the same content on Odyssey, potentially Rumble. Exactly, these dudes are cowards. Oh yeah, look at that, they made the big time. Oh yeah, look at that! Baked Alaska shows up. Oh my goodness! If you guys want to talk about Baked Alaska, I'm gonna go to my Facebook because I've actually met this guy in person. I met him in person in 2017 at a Ben Shapiro speech at UCLA. Yeah, I went to like Ben Shapiro speeches just to see like what was going on, man. Because it was like because the left really got radicalized. Especially in LA around 2016 because of Trump, man. They made everybody right-wing, anybody conservative was just linked to him. Even me, like, I was unfairly linked to him, and I voted for Gary Johnson in 2016. They thought Gary Johnson was Trump-like. I'm a libertarian, dude. I'm not no, like, far-right, like, or, like, far-left type of dude. Like, man, classical liberal fits me, too, but Dave Rubin ruined that brand. But let's go to Baked Alaska, who is quite toxic to the right-wing movement, by the way, and was at January 6th. So let's see if I still have that video. I don't have the video of Baked Alaska, but yeah, this is where I saw Baked Alaska in person. It was a rally against hate at the Ackerman Union, and they gave Ben Shapiro, who's Orthodox Jew, a Confederate flag as a background, which totally means the left is full of crap on this. I'll show you another older post. Let me see. Let's see if I can find more Baked Alaska here on my Facebook. I follow me on Facebook too. That's where the memes are. But yeah, this guy was Nick Fuentes, just to make sure. But like, here's the question I asked. Ask yourself, did you ever imagine seeing Nick Fuentes? Oh, yeah, this is on January 6th. Did you ever imagine seeing Nick Fuentes at Baked Alaska at Nancy Pelosi's office? The U.S. has all the surveillance tech and 2 streamers just stormed in. We just peak clown world, folks. And as you see, this is another video from January 6th. Which I will upload as a short sometime later today. I say around 3 Pacific. You're going to see this as a short. Yep. Yeah, that's not Antifa, folks. Those are Trumpers. Oh, yeah, here's a live stream from Baked Alaska breaking in the White House.
No, don't shut me. You're not allowed to shut me. Dude, don't go. I'm going. Stop shoving me. No, you got a fucking problem. You're a fucking... Oh,
God. Oh, man, they cuss so much. Oh, yeah, here's Cruz throwing him under the bus. Devastating. Heidi and I are lifting up in prayer the family of the U.S. Capitol officer who tragically lost his life, keeping us safe. He was a true hero. Yesterday's terrorist attack was a horrific assault on our democracy. Every terrorist needs to be fully prosecuted. As you see, Saudi Army, Ted Cruz sees you guys as terrorists, or sees anybody that supported the January 6th Capitol riot as terrorists. So, I'm going to go with Ted Cruz here. That's who you guys are. Including Ashley Babbitt, the guy that got his thing tased, and the woman got trampled over by the January 6th riot crowd. And you notice, like, all of those big MAGA influencers are quiet about that, like the liberal hive minds of the world, the salted crackers, the Steve Turleys. Yeah, y'all real quiet about January 6th because it'll mess up your grips. I'm not how y'all playing the game. I can't hate on it, but that's how y'all playing it. So I'm going to wrap up this Let the Salt Flow stream over here with Ted Cruz leaving a message to the Q-tards and the Saudi army out there. Yeah, I mean, if you like this video, give me a like. Give me a dislike if you don't for this video. I bet there's going to be a downvote army anyways. And please subscribe. Peace out. And there might be another live stream tomorrow. Or I'm going to make a review of